Hi guys, this is Ashley over at Midwest Performance with another episode of the Coffee with MP show. Today we'll be talking with Stacy, one of our valued members, about never being too busy to take care of you.
We're Midwest Performance. We're on a mission to empower women around the world to take action and work hard to make a physical impact in their lives. In this very saturated fitness industry, there's tons of competition, but the opportunities are incredible. We'll cover the most common challenges in the fitness world and invite guests to the show that have learned to overcome them and share their strategies with you. This is the Coffee with MP show.
Hi guys, it's Ashley over at Midwest Performance. We're here today with another episode of the Coffee with MP show. Today we'll be talking with one of our members, Stacy, about not being too busy to take care of yourself. So Stacy, tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I grew up in Park Ridge, so I'm just moved to Schaumburg in 2004. I got married. I have a husband named Jeff and a child named James, who's going to be 9 in August. James has some significant medical needs. He had a stroke during my first trimester. So that stroke came with a lot of complications of seizures, quadriplegic, so he's wheelchair bound, and there's no suction, there's no swallow, there's no cough, there's no blink. So it comes a lot of medical stuff.
Yeah.
So I had to give up teaching to stay home with him.
Okay. And how did that affect Stacy?
That affected Stacy a great deal.
Yeah.
Just to go back slightly, we had a problematic pregnancy before we had James. We lost our first son, Jackson, while I was only 17 weeks along. So that was a struggle. And then we got pregnant with James shortly after that one. So when James came along and I was told with all these medical problems, I was like, oh great. I thought it was hard, but it made our marriage stronger, and it made me a stronger person. I just had to jump into it. People always say God bless you, I don't envy you, and you're a precious person, and James is lucky to have you, and the same goes for you. Your kids are lucky to have you. I do what I need to do as a mom. And you just do it.
I think that's something that a lot of people don't understand when you don't choose a journey.
Yes.
It doesn't, it makes you the person that you are, but it doesn't, you're a hell of a woman and you always have been. And you just do as a mom, what you need to do for your kids.
Yeah,
whether your child has severe special needs, whether your child is a normal child, but, what did self-care look like for you in the years past?
So James, we're coming up to James' 9th birthday. So when James was first born, we were living in a condo on the 2nd floor. I was just home with him nonstop. He was in and out of the hospital. I just didn't take care of myself, because my first priority is your child. Mm-hmm. With any mom or dad, your first priority is your child, and you just kind of go on the wayside. But we were in and out of the hospital. It's hospital food, just not movement. I was just little by little getting wider and wider, which it happens. What can you do? So my self-care didn't really kick in until maybe 5 years ago, when he was starting to get a little more stable. He's a little more stable. We weren't in the hospital as much. Don't talk a taboo. I bought a couple Beachbody videos, that Shanti kicked my butt a couple times, but I tried doing that, and that was working out. It worked out fine. I did well. I was eating well. I lost some weight. I got a little stronger, and then I fell off the wagon, which it happens. I fell off the wagon again. James was having other issues. We're having issues with his school, and that causes stress with me, and he had other medical conditions that kind of started popping up. His seizures started getting worse. He started having 100 seizures a day, and that just takes a lot out of you. And being the sole caregiver, at home, my husband is a fantabulous man, but he goes to work. He's a caregiver, the breadwinner, or whatever you want to call that term. He has insurance, is basically what it is. He's the insurance carrier. So it took a lot on me, but he was really good when Jeff would come home and be like, okay, go for a walk, just go out. Let me just take care of James, just do something for yourself. And which was really nice.
That's so important.
That was very important, and you see a lot of, someone out there probably knows someone that had a strained relationship because of the special needs child. There's a lot of people that aren't married anymore because there's a lot of stress, and it takes a lot out of you. but he allowed me just to go out and just go walking, go do what you need to do. Then James started going full time to school, so he was gone for 6 hours. I was like, whoo. So now I can so I really started I can do a lot in this. I found myself at Target more often than I'd like to admit, but I started walking, I started doing more fitness stuff, and then I actually heard about MP when it first opened. I came and took a little class, stuff like that.
I had no idea.
I started in the other place, and I took a couple classes with Brittany, and then I was like, at that time financially it was just not, it was not in our cards. So now that James is a little more stable, and I started dog walking, get my movement, get my dog, my love of dogs. You can't have a dog at home. So I started moving more, and I started getting a little more extra income, and I bumped into another dog walker who's an MP member, and I was like, oh yeah, I forgot about them. Yeah. So I revisited you guys, and 5-week challenge, and now I'm still here. I haven't gotten rid of me yet.
I love that. So just hearing the strength and all of that kind of stuff that you have gained from your journey with James, how has that played into your wellness journey now? Are you able to pull from that? Are you able to use the fact that you've accomplished so much, and you're basically capable of anything at this point? Does that help fuel you in your wellness?
I think it does. And the fact that I did a 5-week challenge, and I stuck to the 5-week challenge.
You did.
And my husband was like, we're shopping. He was like, I'm gonna get a bag of chips. You want something? I was like, no, I just kept on walking. And he was like, you have the willpower of you have a horrible willpower. And I'm like, I do. 5-week challenge.
Yeah.
But I will admit, after the 5-week challenge, I did have some chips. I will admit, I wasn't as strict with myself, but I found myself with better foundations. I'm eating a little bit better. I might not be as strict as I was from that 5 weeks, but I'm enjoying myself. I've met a lot of new friends here that I've actually started to come up. I'm not an introvert, but it takes a while for me to get really chatty with people. But I've met a couple of friends here that I really like, and I like everybody, but there's a few girls that you get to connect with a little bit more.
Yeah, and I think that's so important, because we all are strong in some area of our life. We all, whether it's at work, whether it's at home as a parent, we all have this strength and this willpower to achieve anything.
Yeah.
And then when it comes to other things in life, it's you would never even find that strength or willpower. And it's no, you are capable of it here, so use that to fuel you in other places of your life.
I have between a couple of the coaches here and a couple of the members are you can do this, Stacy. They just hand me weights, and I'm like, what are you doing? They're like, just do this, and I was like, but okay, fine.
I know you have to pick up James a lot. I still have a 1-year-old. I'm picking him up a lot, and he's really heavy. And so you're looking at the weights you're doing, and you're like, I pick this up at home all the time.
That was I looked at James today. He's a 60-pound kid. He's a 6-pound sack of potatoes. Is basically what James is. And I was lifting him today, thinking alrighty, and then I come to the gym, I'm like, okay, I just lifted 55 pounds. I could do this. I could bench press him, but sometimes I struggle with these weights. I don't know. It's a difference.
So crazy.
I think it's more of an adrenaline thing. I got to get my kid up and going and get him in his wheelchair and out the door, and then come here, and I'm like, 50? What? No, me weak. And it's no, you're not weak.
You're not. Right. That's so cool. And okay, then on the opposite end of that spectrum, how has your strength and everything that you've gained here and in your wellness journey affected that portion of your life, being James's mom, being Jeff's wife, all of that?
I'm not sure. I think I'm driving him a little more crazier with particular things. Jeff has always been the type of person who can eat anything and turn sideways, disappear. So I've always
struggled. Great for you, Jeff.
I've always struggled with that. So I think, he's seeing the strength I'm getting from here, in our home life and stuff like that. And he's like, I'm very proud of you. You're really dedicated to this, and I'm happy that you're doing this. I'm happy you're happy. So I think that's just the strength of our relationship is nice. It always was nice, but I think now he's like, you're happy, you're enjoying yourself. I'm glad that you're enjoying yourself, and that makes him happy. It makes me happy. And as far as James, he's just probably I'm going to gain another 10 more pounds, Mom, and you're going to lift me. And you're going to deal with it, lady. So, I think as far as taking care of him, I just know that I'm getting stronger here, mentally and physically, and I'm feeling more refreshed when I'm here. So when I go home, I'm better. I'm a better mom for him when I get there. Right. I might be slightly more exhausted.
People think it's so taboo that you take more time for yourself makes you better at taking care of other people. Yeah. They just don't understand. They're like, how does that make sense? You're away from your child more. You're, but
you're refreshing yourself. You're getting a better outlook about life. You're just, you're getting more clarity about what.
When you fill your cup, you can pour into everybody else's.
So nice. I love that.
Yeah, so it's, and I really see that in you too, because you just, you just, the strength and like the happiness that you have here just now like goes everywhere else in your life. You know what I mean? It's just so nice and refreshing. So one of my favorite questions that we ask. Okay. If you think about Stacy from a year ago, a couple years ago, look at that, Stacy, and so like all the women in the audience, what would you say to them? What advice would you give them?
Just do it. I think the biggest thing is just take the leap. Take the leap. I mean, I decided to take a leap for 5 weeks. 5 weeks, that's all it is. 5 weeks, I decided to take that challenge. And I just did it. I found the time to do it. James happened to be doing well at school. He's in school at 9:20. Why am I sitting on the couch watching Oprah or whatever? I don't even know if it's 9:20. The Paw Patrol basically is what I'm on. Just be honest, like it's Paw Patrol, whatever. Why am I sitting at home? I could be out. I could be here. So I just decided to come here at 9:20, 3 days a week. And I just do it. That's all you gotta do is just do it. It's gonna be hard. It's gonna be very hard. It's gonna be taxing. The first couple of days of, yes, I can lift weights yes, I can lift James at home. But it's so different when you're coming here. I was a dancer for a great deal of my childhood, from like 3 years old till like 18. So my knees are shot.
Okay.
They are shot. Just from way back when, we didn't have these fancy soft floors. We're dancing on concrete. And my knees give out often. And my fears, they have given out while I'm carrying James. My biggest fear is they're gonna fall. So I have to just strengthen myself and strengthen my knees. I wear 2 knee braces, not because my knees hurt. It's more of a, let's just keep them safe, because I do have to lift a 60, 70 pound kid on a daily basis. I got to keep myself, I got to keep my back strong, keep my core. And all it is just do it. Just come in, find your time and just do it. You're open on weekends, even if it's a Saturday, like couple nights, you're here at 7 o'clock at night. I mean, don't sit at home watching SVU. I'm a woman. I'm like just like pulling all these shows out and come here. You know,
I love that.
Kill your workout, not kill your neighbor.
Yeah, I think basically what I've learned from you is that there are things in life that will make you have to be strong, and then there's times where you choose to be strong, and it's just about using both of those to really.
Yeah, I mean, I have a different situation in my life. Like I need to be strong. I need to be physically strong, mentally strong for James. You guys might not have that at home. You might have a perfectly healthy child and a happily marriage, but are you truly happy? Are you truly loving yourself? And I loved myself and I loved my family, but I wasn't like truly happy. I wanted to do something else for myself. When you look down, you don't see your feet.
Been there.
It's kind of like, let's do something different, Stacy.
Yeah, and it's just, and I love that you bring that up too, because being happy with your family, being happy in it, like not all of us are blessed with like happy children, happy marriages. And just finding a way to make all the pieces come together, because you could have one or two of those things but not the other, and that's still not holistically happy. You're still not like, I love that you have this strong relationship with Jeff, that you're there for James, but if you're not happy with yourself, like none of that really matters. No. And you would think that is all you need to have a fulfilled life, but if you're not looking at yourself in the mirror, if you're not looking down, if you're not satisfied, that can have such a huge impact on that. Yeah,
I mean, one of the girls I posted on MP yesterday for your Monday thing, something to reference of being kind, and that's truly it. Just be kind to everyone, and be kind to yourself, be kind to your neighbors, be kind to people you see, because you don't know what their journey is. You don't know what their struggle is. You might see someone walking down the street that is overweight, and you're like, wow, she's overweight, she should do something about that. Well, you don't know what she was a year ago. She might have been 500 or whatever, she might have been in crutches. You just don't know everyone's journey. And that's the biggest thing that I've learned just from James, and is you just don't know everyone's struggle. People look at me and look at James and feel sorry for me and feel sorry for James. Well, don't feel sorry for me. Don't feel sorry for James. We have a good life.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he doesn't know any better, I'm assuming, but he knows he has 2 loving parents.
Right.
And he goes to school and he has friends and he enjoys life. And I'm gonna make myself cry. I'm gonna try not to.
Trust me, I'm not gonna be the first interviewer that cries on this show.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah. No, I love that so much. Yeah. And We love having you here. And
I enjoy being here.
Are you ready for the next best part?
I'm ready.
You did it. We both did it. I survived my first interview, and you survived the Coffee with MP show. This is for you.
I love it. Thank you so much.
You're so welcome.
Thanks for joining us today. If you like this episode, subscribe to our YouTube channel or find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever your favorite places to listen to podcasts might be. And if you really liked this episode, please leave a review for us on iTunes. Thanks, and we'll see you next week.